78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty ldbc Lions Den boxing community. For those who don't know, now you know. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. If you're digging the video, go ahead and share this joint. Check it out, man. So Claressa Shields is making headlines because she took issue with Gervonta Tank Davis and Canelo Alvarez being called the faces of boxing. Claressa feels like she should be considered the face of boxing. She says that if I'm not the face of boxing, who is? And I want to address this. You know what I mean? I wanted to address this a few weeks ago when it actually happened. About a week ago, I guess, when it actually happened. But I got sidetracked. But let me say this. Claressa Shields is an amazing fighter, a beautiful woman. She has brought attention back to female boxing because I wasn't even watching women's boxing no more after the Layla Ali and Christy Martin and all them days. I stopped watching women's boxing. Claressa Shields brought me back into women's boxing because of her talent. She knows how to talk. She knows how to promote herself. You know what I mean? She's a beautiful woman. You know what I mean? And she's a very supportive sister. I see how she supports a lot of the brothers and stuff like that. And all those things are very attractive about Claressa Shields. Okay. She's well accomplished, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-time undisputed, still undefeated. She is the GOAT. She's the greatest woman of all time. You know what I mean? When you're talking about boxing. And I think that right there has to be good enough for Claressa. She has to really embrace that and appreciate what that actually means. You know what I mean? It's more than just words, but what she's been able to accomplish in boxing is amazing. And, they give up a lot of attention to Katie Taylor and the rest of these people, but at the end of the day, ain't nobody checking for no Katie. Wouldn't nobody be thinking about Katie Taylor if it wasn't for Claressa Shields bringing fans back into women's boxing, bringing the spotlight back into women's boxing. A lot of females are eating off of boxing right now due to the hard work of Claressa Shields. Not to say that they didn't work hard as well. It's just that Claressa Shields brought that attention back. I know this for a fact. Now, as for Claressa being the face of boxing, Claressa, you're not going to be the face of boxing. I'm going to tell you why, okay? First and foremost, we're living in an era, okay, where your accomplishments really don't mean anything in boxing. When you're talking about, it has nothing to do with popularity. These guys, Canelo, Tank, and other people have fan bases that don't even require them to fight the best people in their division. How long have people been asking for Canelo to fight one of the Charlos? How long have people been asking for Canelo to fight David Benavidez? These are not unreasonable fights. This is not like somebody's asking the man to jump 3 weight classes and fight somebody else. We're talking about people in their divisions, all right, in their respective divisions. Gervonta Tank Davis. How many times have people asked to see Tank Davis fight the best? In Tank has went through 130, 135, we went to 140, and in no division has he fought the best person in the division, despite the fans wanting to see it, right? But yet they say that this is the face of boxing. Why? Because it's about popularity. It's about how many butts can you put into the seats? How much money do you generate, right? Do you have knockout power? All these type of things is what these new generation of boxing fans care about, and they really don't care about accomplishments. You seen back when Floyd was fighting Oscar De La Hoya. Floyd was the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport, but Oscar De La Hoya was the A side. Okay, he was the A side because he was the one bringing most of the butts to the seats. Floyd did an excellent job of using his mouthpiece to help sell the fight and become a villain. But, that's just the era of boxing we live in. Right now we're in the point where people, they marginalize and minimize your accomplishments. Devin Haney is undisputed at 135. and the only people that care is us. All right, people try to diminish this guy's accomplishments constantly, talking about they don't care. Right? Josh Taylor was undisputed at 140 at one point in time. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, your accomplishments are your accomplishments, and those are great, and those are for the history books. That is for your legacy. But as far as being the face of boxing, they're not going to give you that. You know what I mean? They're not going to give you that. And another thing I want to address, this is, see, I gotta, I really didn't want to do this, Claressa, but look, you have to appreciate being who you are, right? You have to appreciate being the GOAT, okay? We don't want to hear, as a male boxing fan, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you what people talk about behind closed doors, what they ain't going to talk about on video, because they don't want to come across a certain type of way. But I'm going to tell you, don't nobody want to hear about you can whoop dudes and stuff, and I can beat him. I remember a few years ago, I think it was out there that Claressa could beat Keith Thurman and stuff like that. Don't nobody want to hear that mess. Like, that's ridiculous. First of all, she can't whoop Keith Thurman, and don't nobody want to hear that. It's ridiculous. Despite Keith Thurman acting some type of way or whatever, you don't like him, that's ridiculous to even, I don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if Keith Thurman was to put his hands on Claressa Shields, everybody would be mad, and everybody would become a hypocrite. Everybody who pushing that narrative would instantly become a hypocrite and be angry with Keith Thurman, calling for him to be locked up and canceled the moment he did something like that. So let's not play these games. Same thing I said about Floyd Mayweather versus Ronda Rousey. When the whole world was pushing this narrative that Ronda Rousey would beat up Floyd Mayweather in the octagon and all this type of stuff, right? And everybody's laughing about it. Oh, I think she might be able to do it. I think she can do it. Like, this is ridiculous. The moment Floyd even looked like he's finna raise his hand to that woman, everybody in the world gonna tackle him and jump on him and cancel him and take everything he ever worked for. So let's stop playing games like this. Don't no men want to hear about some woman being able to whoop them. They just don't. And that's not how you get support from men, right? Men want to sit down, watch the game, watch the fight, have a drink, eat some wings, and enjoy the festivities. Don't nobody want to hear about how some woman can beat them up. They just don't. All right? And that's just the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? So, Claressa, I'm glad she has stepped out. She's growing up. She's growing up. You know what I mean? I remember when Claressa first came pro, but now she's growing up now. She's becoming a young woman, beautiful as she want to be. You know what I'm saying? Dressing nice, looking good. You know what I mean? And she still throw them hands, and that's all you need. You know what I mean? That's all you need. You're gonna be remembered as the greatest woman boxer of all time, and that should be good enough. That should be powerful enough in itself. Okay? That should be powerful enough in itself. All right? Don't nobody want to hear nothing about no man. It's like a dude saying, if a girl gives a dude a compliment and call that man handsome, and she say, oh, you the most handsome man I ever seen. Oh no, I'm the most handsome person ever. No, not just man, I'm the most handsome ever. I'm the prettiest. I'm the most beautiful ever. Like, don't nobody want to hear all that mess. Man, sit down somewhere, bro. Sit down somewhere. Nobody, stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Stop trying to fight your woman for time in the mirror. You know what I mean? And that's what it's getting to, in my opinion. But anyway, I don't want to drag this video out. That's just my opinion. I support Claressa Shields. I like her a lot. I just don't want Claressa to get caught up in this, man versus woman stuff and what she deserved and all of that stuff. It was even an argument a few years ago about should Claressa be on the pound for pound list with the men. No, she shouldn't. This is ridiculous. Why are we doing this? Why are we blurring these lines? Why are people blurring these lines when y'all know what's going to happen? It's just two different. Women and men are different. Let's stop trying to blur these lines, man. You see what was already happening in this country. People trying to blur the lines and confuse everybody on what's acceptable and what's ain't. What is a man? What's a woman? Ain't nobody got time for all that, bro. No, Claressa is a beautiful woman, right? And we're going to keep her right there. Ain't finna be no blurring of the lines, and we finna, I think she just as good as this, and I think she could, nah, let's just leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. Because once you open that door for Transformers and other people to start competing in women's boxing, and I'm not really for that, okay? 78 Sports TV, salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. I'm up out of here, though. Deuces.